Alright, so we've all heard about Twitter, especially with Congressman Weiner and that whole thing that I don't want to get into right now. But Twitter is a fantastic resource. Um, there is the whole, like, you know, I, I'm going to the donut store right now, or that whole, like, navel gazing, narcissistic stuff. But there's another whole side to Twitter. It's a benevolent, happy side. So I did a Google search here. Takes me to my home page. Actually, I suppose I should have been signed out because this is what it looks like. Um, you can download the Twitter app, and it makes the experience a lot better. But that's something for a minute from now. Right now, we're just going to sign up for a username um, and sign in. I'm sorry. So let's see. And this is what Twitter looks like. There are all these people, and they will give you a bunch of people over here at first, people for you to follow and follow out, find out what's going on, and you get into their Twitter stream. I'm not. That's kind of a. There's this whole lingo, and there's all these things. Basically, Twitter is like a cocktail party. People are having a conversation. You can stop in, hang out, participate in part of it, or you can keep going. And when you leave, the conversation keeps going on, but you can come back later and see what's happening. What you want to do is find some people to follow. If you don't know who you'd want to follow, go to Google and look for there you go, Twitter for teachers. And there's a whole list of teachers out there to follow if you're going into teaching. If you're going into um, whatever else you want, whatever else you're interested in. Whoops. So lists of people who are hikers and on Twitter. We could do that. 55 foodies to follow on Twitter. The point is, whatever your interest is, you can get in and start learning along with all these great people, whatever your interest is. I love Twitter as a teacher who's into educational technology. It helps me to get new ideas, find out what's going on, share ideas with other people, find out what other people are doing, as well as sharing what I'm doing that's successful or getting feedback on things when I need them. So this bar just showed up here because I have 4 new tweets. So that means that 4 people who I follow on Twitter are there. Now, if like I don't like one of these people, or they turn out to be one of those people who's like, hey, I'm going to the store, I can get rid of them whenever I want so that I don't have to see them anymore. Whoops. By clicking on them, and then, whoops, there's her whole profile, poor thing. She's going to be famous, at least for us. And I can unfollow her right here and say, no, I'm not into it. One of the things, like this guy, Ben Gray, great guy, so I'm going to click on him. I'm going to view his full profile. Chief Information Officer, photos, Papa, husband. Seems pretty cool. So I can click and follow him, and then find out the people that he follows by going over here and clicking on following. And then, Jen Wagger, I can click on her profile, find out more about her, and start following her. I actually do follow Jen, so how about this person? Technical Integration Officer, Hillcrest Middle School. Yeah. So I'm going to start following her. So now when she posts things, it's going to show up in my Twitter stream. which sounds kind of weird, I know, but that's the way it works. When you're using Twitter, you can send people a message with just using that and whatever their name is. So let's use Ben Gray. Because here's the fellow right here that we're talking to. And then I can just type away a message to him, and it'll go out. Now the thing is, that'll go out to everyone in the world who follows him and follows me. Is going to see that when I press enter or tweet. I don't have to always have that open a conversation. If I change that to a D, it's going to be a direct message. Only he's going to see it. So that's kind of nice too. And but the teacher just sent him an email. Now the thing is, when I keep coming here to this page and it keeps refreshing and stuff, it doesn't work for me to see everything that's going on. So it's kind of hard to get a flavor for it. So there are some tools that make it easier for you. Oh, see this one right here where it says ISTI11 and it has the pound sign? That's called a hashtag. And so all these people who are talking about that topic use this hashtag, and then even if I'm not part of the conversation, there are people who follow me or I don't follow them, I can still be a part of this conversation that's centered around ISTI11, which is a conference that's going on right now in Philadelphia. Hashtags are super important. When you guys are using Twitter for our class, we're going to use the hashtag NLTC510. Every time you include that in your tweet, so I'm just going to put it out there for everyone, and I'm going to send that tweet out. I'm creating a whole new hashtag, so every time anyone can follow along with what we're doing. But as you can see, using Twitter isn't really the easiest way to go about it. I suggest installing this. It's called TweetDeck, and it runs on Adobe Air. You can install it on your just about anything, and it works really smooth. What TweetDeck does is, hold on a second here while mine launches. It can also tie you into other social networks. So if you're using MySpace, Facebook, LinkedIn, Foursquare, whatever, you can link them all to this one account, which is kind of nice to pull all your social networks into one place. But the best thing about TweetDeck is this is what it looks like, and you can create all of these columns to kind of sort everything out for you. With that in mind, see, here's my tweet just recently about NLTC 510. So now I'm going to go along and I can look through. These are just searches that involve my friend, Google Apps. This is a really great digital storytelling channel. This is the other class I teach for Laverne, the Laverne Peeps page. You can see that these keep showing up in the corner. Those are fresh tweets as they come in. So I can kind of see what's going on while I'm running this application, but still get some work done. So I'm going to add a column here. And I'm going to call it, and it's going to be that hashtag NLTC510. And so now whenever anybody posts something with that hashtag, it's going to show up in this column. So I can keep track of what everyone's doing. I'm going to move this column a little closer to my main page just by clicking on the little arrow down here. And that way I can keep track. So when you're sending out tweets, whether it's about class or if it's something specific for me, just include that hashtag with, so we're going to compose a new update here. You just send it to @Shawnee whatever your question, comment, whatever is, and then include the hashtag NLTC510. Now it'll come to me, but it'll also show up in there so that anybody else tracking that NLTC510 will be able to follow along with our conversation, which is an important way for us to share everything that's going on with everybody else in our community. And I'm not going to send that right now. And I think that's it for Twitter and TweetDeck. It takes a little while to get used to it. When you first get started, and it's very difficult, I think, to really get what it's all about. Hang in there, play with it, and it'll work out for you. That's it for now.